All right, let's go ahead and get into the news.
News and notes from around the league.
All right, not a lot of regular news. We have a lot of injury updates for you. This is the big one, though. The Redskins head coach, Jay Gruden, hinted his starters could be active but play limited snaps in Week 17. I don't know if what we're going to see. I would guess what we're going to see is kind of like a fourth preseason game situation where maybe they want to get some reps out on the field. But you're talking about a drive or two. We've warned you about the Redskins this week because he said he needed to be smart with those players, make sure they don't get hurt. To be honest, I don't know what to expect from them other than the fact that the only guy that I think about playing is Jordan Reed, because we saw what he could do in one quarter last week, and tight end is harder.
Yeah, if Jordan Reed is playing an entire half, he's going to outperform your average waiver wire pickup replacement tight end, and so that is worth considering. The problem here is we don't know that it's going to be a half or a drive.
This is something where if it was my team, I would be on Twitter
every second.
I would be, the whole morning leading up to starting a guy. I'd have another option. And then I'd look for somebody, one of the big reporters, to say, okay, Gruden said they're going a half, and then I might roll them out there.
Yeah, I don't think you can trust it. I mean, if you're a Jordan Reed owner, I'm not sure what Zach Ertz's ownership percentage is at right now. It's got to be climbing, but that's a guy with huge upside that I would
doesn't
grab.
have that risk.
I would rather.
Yeah, if you've got someone good like Zach Ertz.
But I'm saying if you're just grabbing at the bottom of the barrel for tight end and you have Reed who might give you a half, I'd probably still go Reed.
Would you play Will Ty or
Ty? Ty has more upside, so I would stay with Ty.
I probably would as well.
Okay.
The CJ Spiller experiment ends on IR.
I believe early in the year. I said that there must be something extracurricular going on behind the scenes here.
I think IR in this case stands for I regret.
Yes.
I regret signing CJ Spiller. The Saints, it didn't work out. That's all there is to it.
Jason made some very inflammatory comments and
yeah.
insinuations about CJ Spiller.
We won't repeat them, and if you remember them, then good for you being a loyal listener.
I'm just saying. I think I might have been right here because he got shipped out to the IR.
Not good. And then the dynasty leagues, Dirk Cutter, offensive coordinator at Tampa, they want to keep Doug Martin around. Now, keeping Doug Martin's a lot more expensive now than it was a year ago.
Sure is.
I think
whoops.
This is actually good news for this week because I've had listeners write in and say they're really worried because of his fumbles. He had another fumble this last week, and they're like, can I trust him? Charles Sims had such a great game. Who do I play? And you see the confidence that they want Doug Martin out there. They want him for the future. So I think you can be confident in Doug Martin this week.
All right, let's run down the injuries.
What's it gonna be, McFly? Are you in or out?
In or out, Tyrod Taylor. I know he'll be out regardless of his start. Starting out for my team.
Out of your fantasy lineup.
But what's his health like?
I believe he's going to be in. I haven't got. I guess I missed the newest one.
His health, I don't think is a huge question mark. He should play this week, but like Andy said, out of the roster.
Yeah, he was just limited. Shoulder should be okay.
He was called out a little bit by the coaching staff, who they had said they think that he needs to be the type of quarterback who can put the game on his back. Maybe a motivation type situation. So who knows? For Taylor moving forward this week, how he will respond to that criticism.
And who knows a little bit long-term with Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, I think that's more what it is.
In or out Brian Hoyer?
In.
He's been cleared. I think he's in, and I think he's a good play this week.
I was going to say the same thing. I would have no problem streaming Hoyer this week.
In or out A.J. McCarron?
What
do you think is going to happen there?
With the wrist,
think he's in.
I'm pretty sure he's in. It's his non-throwing arm. Am I correct in that?
Correct. Yes, it's his
non-throwing. I would expect him.
Yeah, he'll be in.
In or out Johnny Manziel?
Concussion added yesterday. I would not expect him to play. Getting a concussion that late.
I'm going to say in.
You're going to say in? Man, this is one of those 50-50s. I'm going to watch the news and see. Now, if he's out, Andy, do you change your almost upset of the week?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Austin Davis doesn't.
Come on, Austin Davis.
Doesn't do it for me. All right,
Austin Davis.
Running backs, Matt Forte, in or out?
He's been limited. The Bears said they hope he can go. I think he'll be in, but honestly, would not shock me at all if they just say, you go sit down, Forte. We're going to let Langford go.
Do you think they'll go Eric Weddle on him?
No,
man.
not full Eric Weddle. I agree with your take yesterday, Mike, on the Forte Langford future situation and what you're going to see this week. If I'm a Forte owner, there are plenty of guys that I'm willing to start over Forte. I mean, I don't have him super late where I'm starting, the Cameron Artis-Paynes, but I'm starting Langford over Forte this week.
Now, it's interesting in San Diego, the situation of, normally to be a good dad, a good father, it costs, there's consequences and costs, and it's usually time and missing things. The consequence for Eric Weddle to be a good dad was $10,000 charged by San Diego to stay out at halftime and watch his daughter perform in the halftime performance. Shame on you, San Diego.
Well, plenty of free agents won't go there, so.
Shame on you.
And like I said, I don't know how. I feel like this is the
I believe you mean Los Angeles.
this is the end of a bad road for Weddle and the Chargers. So I don't know what's taken place before then, so I'm not going to completely vilify the Chargers off of one
I will.
kind of pronounced public move.
That's why there's three of us. So
it doesn't
that
it doesn't look good, though.
we can
Balance
say,
out.
Yeah, we can say, oh, we're not going to throw them under the bus, and
Well-
yet throw them under the bus.
He's just been a great player, and there's a way that you can let a great player go with class, and I agree finding him for watching his daughter perform at halftime and then putting him on IR against his will and telling him there's no spot on a plane is probably not the best way to go about it.
What was hilarious, I don't remember who tweeted it, but they were saying the reason he was fined is because they want all players in the locker room so they can make halftime adjustments that could go to victory. And they said, if your halftime adjustments were so good, you wouldn't have 4 wins.
Yeah.
What are you adjusting?
Well,
Yeah.
clearly
You still
he's
gotta-
moved on, too, because he made the decision to do that. So, all right, Jonathan Stewart, in or out?
Out.
Big salad, Sean Drone.
Move
Oh.
to IR. He's gone.
He flopped lightly in the breeze.
He
Salad
browned.
only lasts so long. Lettuce,
Yep.
Lettuce only lasts so long.
That's a very good point.
Sure, you can,
Should have seen it coming.
we should have seen it coming. Can't leave that out. Matt Jones.
I imagine he will be out.
I don't think it matters because nobody's going to start him considering the status.
The status?
Well, I was going to say the status of the Washington starters. You don't know who to start there.
It doesn't even bother me how he said that because it's got all the letters in it and it was the right
Thank you.
word.
Thank
so,
you.
all right, Marshawn Lynch.
He's already out.
All right. Wide receiver-wise, Ted Ginn.
He's not practicing. The team is hopeful that he will play. My feeling is he will play.
In or out, Jason?
Yeah, I think he'll be in the game. I have much less confidence with him sitting out and being injured as a start this week.
Alan Hurns, in or out?
Doesn't matter if
Alan
he
Hurns.
practices. He plays.
Is that an in?
That's
I'm
an
going
in.
he's in,
All right.
yeah.
Danny Amendola and Julian Edelman.
They're limited in practice. I would not expect them.
Yeah,
So I'd
this
say
week.
out for both.
Set to miss.
Stevie Johnson.
Ooh, he's tougher. Coming off that groin injury, he's finally practicing.
He got back at practice last week and still didn't play, so it seems like kind of that Austin Seferian-Jenkins move. I'm going to say he doesn't play.
I'm
going
to say out as well.
Marcus Colston.
I think he'll play. We'll see though.
In.
Yeah, I'm going to go with in on him.
Kendall Wright, in or out?
I'm going to say out. Man, poor Kendall Wright has had a
Rough year.
beat up year.
No real reason to get him back out there. He's a pretty good player. Just keep him healthy. Rashard Matthews.
He still has that rib injury. I imagine
I
that
think
he's going to sit.
I think he's going to be in.
You think he's
in?
going to play?
I'm going to say
Yeah.
out. And Kenny Stills is limited as well, by the way. So
I'm
this
gonna
could be
go
a good
with-
week for Devontae
I'm
Parker.
going to go with out as they, even if he's healthy and can play, this is a situation where I think the team will want to watch and get Parker some reps.
All right, Zach Miller at the tight end position.
He didn't practice. They're hoping that he's ready to go. I think he'll be in.
Yeah, I agree. I think he'll be in.
Tyler Eifert.
He's back.
Yes.
In.
He's been cleared.
In.
Tyler Eifert.
People need him.
Time for 40 yards and a touchdown.
I agree. I think it's nice for owners. We saw McCarron target the other Tyler last week to limited success due to just
fake Tyler.
Yeah, fake Tyler.